Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. It's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. Extra special shout out, big up. Shout out to everybody going out to work this morning. Extra special shout outs and big ups to the people who work two jobs and multiple jobs. You get the utmost respect from me. Somebody says, Soulflow, why are you shouting while you're talking? Because that's how I like to talk. Clean and clear. Loud. So you can't say, oh, he was whispering, I didn't hear it. Big up to my stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad. Shout out to my entrepreneurs. Shout out to my drivers, Uber, Lyft, truck drivers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-minded person who wants good for themselves, but want good for others as well, just as much as they want good for themselves. Big up to you, right? This one is going to be very interesting. I don't want to take too long on the shout-outs. I want to get right into this one this morning. First of all, let me put a few things out there. If you're missing how I'm going to lead into the story, then you're going to be missing a big part of this story. Check it out. All right. Let me start out first by talking a little bit about a story that I did recently where, remember the lady that called in and she said she want me to use her voice and she don't care and she needs the world to know, and she had her father on the phone. Did y'all, if you missed that one, you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, she called in to talk about family run business, right? And how her brother had been doing her ever since she was very small, and he was a much older brother. And now he is actually in the JDF, Jamaica Defense Force. He's a soldier, and she ran away and left Jamaica, and she lives in Holland. And the same brother is threatening her, saying that he's going to take her life if she bring everything to the forefront. That's not the story I'm getting into, I'm segueing. Follow me. Another young lady called me yesterday, or day before yesterday, and long story short, she said that, Soulflow, hearing that story gave me the courage to actually be able to tell you this. The only thing is I don't want you to use certain parts of the information. So I just barely listened to her story, but the part of her story that got me was this. She said her stepfather had been climbing into the bed with her over and over and over, right? And she's been fighting him, physically have to be fighting this man out of her bed. She finally went and she told her mom. She said her mother said, give him some now. Her mom told her to give him some. Give him some. So the mom was ready to share her daughter with her man. This is a little girl. Said, give him some. The girl said, she said this is what saved her. She ran out of the house and she called every neighbor. Because you know when you live in the Caribbean, in the community, you know who live next door to you. You know who live 2 houses, 3 houses down. Especially if you live in those rural communities. I don't know so much about places like Kingston in the concrete jungle kind of thing, because I see they live kind of different. But I know in the rurals, you know who in that whole place, right? And she said she ran out the house. She stayed in the front yard and she called out everybody's name, all the neighbors. Like she'd have called Moss George, Moss George. She'd have called Miss Smith. But they all came out and came running to the yard, right? And she said when they came to the yard, she called and called and called until everybody came. And when they came to the yard is when she just started telling everything that was happening inside of her house. And that's how she was able to get away, get out of that house and get away from that whole situation that was about to happen, because she decides that she's not taking no rape from her stepfather. But her last source, her who was supposed to be her help, her protector, It was her mom. And she went to her mom and told her, thinking her mother would have said, come out of my house to the man and all that, call police, something. She said, give him some. I thought that was crazy as hell. Right? Anyway, moving right along. So I put a story out yesterday about this young lady who is a call center worker that was found in the bathroom. I don't know if y'all seen that one yet. That was found in the bathroom at work, right? And of course, she was found no longer alive. And a lot of red flags in that story. But there are 4 pieces of information that I did not put out yesterday in that story that I think y'all need to know. First of all, let me say, her family members have been logging on to this forum and they were reading the comments. And one of her cousins was very upset yesterday in the comment section, and because people are saying stuff like, I think she was having an affair with a supervisor at the place that she worked. You know, we put the story out there based on the information that we get, right? And the information that we get was from a family member who explained what they knew. So based on that information now, my audience members are coming up with scenarios as to what might have happened, because this family is not getting any information from whoever is out there that's supposed to be helping them, from the supervisor, the facility she worked at, law enforcement. They're not getting anything from anybody. So if you could imagine your sister, your daughter, got up, left, went to work like she normally does, and the time for her to come home from work, she did not show up. So you called the job. Hello? Yeah, may I speak to the supervisor, please? Okay, this is he. Okay, my sister or my wife or my daughter, Chantel, so-and-so, she works there. Have you seen her? Yeah, she was here earlier today now. Is she still there? They're not getting any kind of help from them. So we're going to go over the information and all the big red flags in that. But I think these 4 pieces of information, because I told her family member yesterday, I said, look, please don't be mad at my audience, because the family member said, you know, on just text story, run with it, and say all kind of things about people, about she a tech man, or she might have been sleeping with supervisor, or she probably did pregnant for somebody that she worked with that didn't want the pregnancy, and all kind of something, and that's why they kill her in the bathroom. If it was your sister or your daughter or your family member, I bet Uno wouldn't say stuff like that. That's what the family member said in my comment section. And I had to let her know that being the narrator of this channel, I have to stand up for my audience members, because no one was disrespecting her. And our goal was to put minds together collectively based on information. It's like a think tank. Based on information that was given to us, we're going to put this together collectively and say, okay, red flag over there. Somebody need to check this person. Somebody need to check that person. And that's all we were trying to do, right? So it's no disrespect. And the family members, if you're tuning in this morning, we in no way, shape, or form intend, thank you, brainstorming, forming a think tank. We're not trying to disrespect anything about your family member. Our intentions are good. We're trying to come together with credible, sensible leads. Something that, you know, they say 2 eyes are 4 eyes better than 2, or 4 hands better than 2. That's what we're doing right here. So anyway, couple of information that because I didn't get them yesterday, but I got them after I put the video up. One, that she has a 4-year-old daughter, right? And I got that from also another news entity, and as they upgraded the story, or as they updated the story, and her family member also came on the channel and said, I bet y'all didn't know that she had a 4-year-old child. I bet y'all didn't know that she also has a man that she lives with, the father of that 4-year-old child. Because we were given the idea that she lived with her mom. and she went to work every day. And mom and dad live at home. You know, she still live in the house. And when she didn't come home from work, her mom and dad went searching. Well, her family did go searching, but she actually lives with, according to her family member, the impression, thank you, she lives with her child, the father of her child, and it was said that she was pregnant again, right? One key piece of information is that I think the Observer said that she was actually found partially clothed in a locked stall of the men's bathroom. So, and the way they put it, as in her underwears were down to her ankles or her knees. So, the kind of ideas that we get from this when we hear stuff like that is something went on there. Like, was she raped? Was she molested, dragged into the stall? Another person said maybe that's a regular meeting place and maybe they were trying to do some home remedy abortion. Maybe, you know, there are so many things out there. Another, the person that officially sent me the story from Jamaica said, you can't rule out poisoning. And I'm thinking, poisoning? How? Because if she went to work, say 8 o'clock in the morning, right? And she did a full day's work, I think poison would have kicked in way quicker. I don't know. She complained of stomach aches, however. Maybe somebody at the workplace poisoned her or gave her, I don't know. But there are so many red flags to this story. And the biggest red flag that stood out to me in this story was the fact that the supervisor did not allow her family or anybody else to search the property, lock off the property, and didn't allow them to search in the hours that they were searching. So she was supposed to be home by, say, 6 p.m. in the evening, right? She didn't come home, and her family, I heard it's a very close-knit family, they went out searching for her, and they searched for her all the way till the next morning when they were notified by the same supervisor that at the same facility that they found her in the bathroom. I can't rule out the supervisor. So when people are saying stuff like, the supervisor know what did I go on, I think she probably was involved with the supervisor. People are very touchy, and rightfully so. It's sensitive, because if it's my sister, I don't want nobody to talk about, oh, she did a take man on the side, and I'm going to be defensive and be over here like, what are you trying to call my sister, a whore? Like, she have our man, she have our picnic, she have our youth, she have another one in her belly. You know, we tend to be defensive. But I'm going to give you a good example. The other night, me and my wife was sitting up and we were watching another 48, or first 48. And there was a guy that was following a girl, right? And he was talking to her on the camera. And the minute I saw it, I said, she probably offer him some head for money. And it saw him get her down into this dark place below the subway. They went down there to do something, and him end up killing her down there. And the first thing my wife said, now this is being a woman, she's being defensive. So the first thing she said was, why is that, like, she looked at me like, why is that the first thing you have to think about, right? I say that to say this. In these situations, you cannot leave any stones unturned. In order to find truth, we cannot leave any stones unturned. So if we think that somebody is so much of a goody two-shoe, or we put anything above them, like they would never do this, this can't happen, so we can't look in that direction, then we might be skipping over the truth. It turns out in the story that I'm telling you about, that the first 48, that me and the wifey was watching the other night, that's exactly what happened. The girl out there in the streets, and she come from a nice family, huge, nice house, everything. She have her room, big woman, you know, and she don't have no kids though, but she still got her room in her parents' house and all these things. And she's out in the streets just being wild and careless. She out there drinking alcohol, so drunk in the middle of the day. This is in downtown Atlanta. Stumbling, drunk. Ask a man coming from work, a construction worker, you want to go have some fun? That mean you want to go do things for money. The guy said, yeah, he wanted some head. So, but he didn't have no money. He had his last $8 on him. But he needed his money to catch the bus to get home, right? And get something to eat. So, but he gave her his $8. And then on their way down into the stairwell, the camera caught them, right? That's how they were able to arrest him, because the cameras caught him dragging her down into the stairwell. So the whole story was on their way down into the stairwell, she started saying $8 is not enough. He's going to have to put some more money on this. And the thing about it is he didn't have no more money, and she already walked him all the way down into the stairwell. So he was like, oh, hell no, bring your ass down here. And he started pulling her like he wanted to pull her all the way down. But cameras from outside was catching the pulling. So he explained everything to the officer. And what it was he's trying to get back his $8. Because she decides that she not doing nothing. But she already propositioned him and already walked more than halfway down into the dark hole, right? So, $8, yes. So he's trying to, he was like, okay, give me back my $8 then if you're not going to do nothing. And she is clowning him now. Remember, I know she drunk, she living wild and loose. She clowning him and she saying, you ain't getting back your $8. You ain't getting back your $8. It's his last $8. And that's how she ended up losing her life. Now, if her family members, he dragged her all the way down in there, spun her around, pulled out a gun, and shot her in her head. And left her right there. And the camera is caught when he did that and walked back up the steps, right? If her family members were the type to say stuff like, no, my daughter, she doesn't get involved in those things. She don't go to this part of town. She would have never do something like that, this and that. If the detectives were the type to say, nah, she not that type of girl. She come from a nice home. Let's not look in that direction. We would be skipping over the truth, right? And I know the truth is hard to accept sometimes. We don't know what our family members get into all the time. People good. People look good. Everything looks good on the outside. Woman go to work. Far as we know, she goes to church every Sunday. She has 2 children and a husband at home. Everything looks nice on the surface, but she has a man at her job that she rides in the bathroom at work. Or she's having an affair with her supervisor. Or she's having some kind of on-the-job feel-up, kiss down, all kind of something. So we don't know. And again, it is not to disrespect the person who has lost their life or bring any kind of shame to the family. It is trying to get to what in the world happened here. It's trying to get to the truth. And that's all we're trying to do. So I want the family members to understand that. Okay? I want them to understand that. Now, in this young lady's case, I definitely believe from the call center, the person that sat next to her, and I said it in the video yesterday, that all you females out there who have had a child, or someone who have a abortion already too, you got up to 3 months, right? Usually 3 months into a pregnancy, a female is not showing. There's no big belly there. So unless she told somebody that, hey, I'm pregnant, they probably wouldn't know that she's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? They probably wouldn't know that she's pregnant. So the person that sat next to her at work, I would definitely look at that person. Because if I work at a call center, I'm sure me and the person next to me, we might not be besties, best of friends. We might not chill on the weekends, go out for drinks and all that. But there's some kind of a relation there where they know my patterns. And all my call center people have been calling in and coming in and giving comments. Read the comments in the comment section. Hey, SoFlo, I've worked at a call center before. It is strictly monitored, especially that call center that she works at in Jamaica. If you're going on a break, you have to put in a certain code and put yourself in a certain time slot, break, whatever that is. I don't know. I never worked at a call center before. The supervisor knows. And they're able to know how long you've been gone from where you're supposed to be at. Because every minute you're on the phone you're making money for them, right? Or potentially making money for them. That's just the nature of the job. They don't want you to go lock yourself in the bathroom and stay in the bathroom whole day. They're monitoring how people work. So that person who gave that information, oh, our belly was hurting and she went to the bathroom, I would look at them. I would look at the supervisor because he closed down the place for the day and denied the person, the family, the right to even search the property after. Like, I'm looking for my family member. They didn't come home. Last place we know she was at was here. Can we please just look into the bathroom? Can we please just look through the facility? It sounds crazy, but maybe she under her desk. I don't know. Can we just run through and look real quick? No, nobody's allowed to come in. Everyone is suspect. Everyone is suspect. Some people are extremely suspect. Big red flag on that supervisor. Big red flag on the person that sits right next to her. They said she went missing an hour and a half before the end of her work day. So you know the end of your work day, you're supposed to be getting ready to clock out, go home, you gather up your things, you're leaving. An hour and a half before you're scheduled to leave work, you complain of stomach ache and went to the bathroom and wasn't seen again for the rest of the day. And the person next to you wasn't suspicious of that. I wonder how Keisha gone. I think her stuff is still running, and I see her purse right there. I think her computer's still on. I see her purse right there. Or, like, how does it work? I don't know. But I think that all those people need to be looked at. Now, the sad part about all this is Jamaica we're talking about here. Okay? And in Jamaica, we already know how things work. It's funny to me that Jamaican people are the same ones. They praise the law when they're ready, when it's convenient for them. And then later on, they talk with a double-edged sword tongue kind of thing. Things are messed up in Jamaica, period. When it comes to proper criminal investigation being done, things are messed up in Jamaica, period. When it comes to DNA, collecting DNA, securing a crime scene, bribes, look the other way, connections, do this for me, do this for you, hold the money, act like you never see this. Like, it's a reality. And I want closure for this family. I myself now, I'm so invested in this story, I really want to know what happened to this girl. And you know, this could be any one of us family members. You know what I'm saying? It could even be one of us. We don't know what happened here. But there are a lot of red flags and a lot of stones that need to be turned over in this story. Agreed? I don't think that they are going to actually get the full story. But I don't want to be pessimistic. I really hope that they do get the full story. Somebody needs to start talking, though. Somebody needs to start talking. But again, it depends on what's going on here. We don't know the things that our family members are involved in 100%. That's the hardest part about things like this. It's like a story I did yesterday about the family, that the entire family who has a citizenship is being stripped of their citizenship. And who have green cards, their green cards are being revoked. There's still Jamaicans that come on the forum and act like they are lawyers and they know the law inside out. And I'm trying to tell you that what you see written on paper is not what's really happening. They're moving outside of what's written on paper. For instance, it's a known fact. Go look it up. Last year, almost 100 U.S. citizens were stripped of their citizenship and deported. Okay? The list is getting longer. So I'm trying to tell you that your family member, you don't know what they're into. This family got into this kind of a trouble because one family member decided he wanted to do some terroristic stuff. So he made a pipe bomb and went and put it down in the subway. The thing blew up, but it didn't blow up big. It blew up small. It injured him alone. Thank God. And the police picked him up, arrested him. He got medical treatment, and now he's in prison in the U.S. He's actually awaiting trial. In the meantime, FBI agents and local police, etc., they send people overseas to go find his other family members from where they live in their home country, and they started getting on the family here. So the family members here started coming under pressure. The family members here, there's a member in the family who's been here since he was 8 years old. And I can relate because most of you know I've been here since I was 8, right? And this man is now in his 30s. Has his business, never went back to the country he came from, left since he was 8, has his citizenship, has a business as an independent contractor. Electrical engineering is what he does. Has his family, his children. The government don't care. They said because of what his brother did, it put the whole family on the radar. Okay. He said, fine, do your investigations. We have nothing to do with what he did. We can't even believe that he did what he did. They decided, okay, everything proves that they didn't have anything to do. All the investigation results says the family did not have anything to do with what that brother did. However, we still want them gone. So we can't get them on being involved with what he did. Let's get them on something else. The original sponsor, remember, from 8 years old to 30-something years old. There's a big gap of years. They went back that far. The original sponsor of them that got them to the U.S. How about we say this? They're not really related to him. And that relationship was shaky, and they got their papers on shaky grounds. So now they're having to try to prove through all kinds of paperwork that and get lawyers that, hey, everything was legit. That is our uncle. And that's how we got here, right? But I say that to say this. They're willing to punish the entire family for what this one person did. We don't know what our family members are into. And the same people that are saying, fling them out of the country, we're gonna fling them out too. It's the same people who one time I did a video on SoFlo TV and I said, listen, I said if something happened to my family members in Jamaica, I would hold the entire family accountable. And people said, no, SoFlo, how you do that? Because enough times the family members don't know what the family doing. My justification was, if he's a gunman, him girlfriend knows him is a gunman. She's living off all his spoils. His mother probably know, but she's not gonna fling away her son. His sister know, brother know, friends know, etc. So they form a collective that hide all the dirty stuff that he's doing, right? So if they should say, take the life of one of my family members, it's an outrageous video I did a while back. I said, if they should take the life of one of my family members, and it's somebody that's dear and close to me, I would take the life of a couple of their family members, the lives of. And people said, no, me not agree with that. I don't think a family should be held accountable for what one individual of the family did. So how is it that you same people who said that are now saying Trump for dash with the whole family because of what this one person did? Investigations have proven that they had nothing to do with what he did. They're not associated with him like that. Could you imagine if some of us were held accountable for what some of our crazy family members did? We would be doing life in prison. We would have hits out on our lives. Gunman out for chop off our head. We would be in trouble. I don't think a family should be held accountable. In this young lady's case, back to that, because this is where I started. In this young lady's case, the red flags are big and cannot be denied. And everybody who has sense can see it. So I'm telling my audience this. Don't let anybody come in the comment sections and dumb you down. If you notice, I go through and I read all these comments. I've given my contact information to the family members and I told them our intention, and if there's anything you think that I can do, sometimes it just takes someone with a smaller or a larger platform than just yourself to put it out there. And then people start acting different. For instance, some law enforcement officials might not even pay attention. Oh, sure, just a next murder. But when they realize that it's reached a platform where people are actually discussing it, and it's not just a little patch in a newspaper where people flip through, and we don't even read newspaper nowadays. Yo, there's like 200,000 people talking about it on this platform, right? Yo, we have to do something, right? So if I can lend whatever way I can be helpful, I've given my information to them. Get in touch with me that way. But don't let anybody scare you out of the comment section, or don't let anybody tell you don't say this or don't say that. I'm going to tell you this. Leave no stones unturned, because this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring some heat to this situation, and we want truth to come out so her family gets proper closure. More than anybody, her mom. I always feel sorry for women when I see things like these, because I've seen the birth process. I've seen the process of having a baby grow inside you, to pushing out the baby, to raising the child. I've seen that whole process. So if anybody needs truth and closure more than anything, is that woman. The world gets really small for a woman who has lost her child to a crazy situation like this, and there's no explanation to her as to how your beautiful child just went to work today, didn't make it home, and then find her at the place that she worked in a man bathroom with the stall lock and she dead. Like, what kind of an explanation is that? You know what I'm saying? That makes it hurt even more. And I'm not a mother. but empathy, I can somewhat see and still, I mean, we can only imagine. It's a different kind of pain. It's a different kind of pain. So, if anything, man, it's closure we're looking for the mother. And we're looking for truth. And we're looking to make sure that from Mr. Pembroke Pines, you know I'm going to look because of them place that I grew up in. Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in. We're just trying to make sure that this not happen again. Her mom, her parents, her family get some closure. The truth comes out. Whoever did this or is involved in this gets held accountable, and that this never happens again. Those are our goals. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, off with this story now. Let me close the video out like this. I'm going to say manners and respect to everybody that tuned in again. Read through a couple comments. Big up on yourself. I see people saying good morning, Brains, and good morning, Brains. I don't know if Brains was in here this morning. Baby there. She's in one part of the house. I'm in another part of the house. I don't know if she's on here. Oh, there she is. Hey, baby. She right there. I almost didn't have a voice this morning to do this show. We're actually having winter in Florida, and it's not winter because people are like, so Flo, really? 50 degrees and 40 degrees. Right now I'm at minus 14. I'm in Canada. I don't want no minus 14. I can't keep that weather there. Keep that up in Canada, okay? We don't want it down here. We kind of get 30s and 40s, and then by midday, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock midday, we're in the 60s. So, and that's our winter. So you see me come out with jacket with fleece lining and and these kind of things. It's because it's 40 and 50 degrees out here. That's Florida for you. All right, we're tropical all year round pretty much. So, see that 30 in New Jersey. No, sir. I can't deal. I think I did enough years of that. Minus 16. Why? No, man. That's Eskimo weather. Yeah, Eskimo. That's not healthy. I can't do it. 28 in Cleveland. Good gracious. I can't do it. Funny story, real quick. Watch this. You see, me and my wife, right? If it's hot outside, my voice is cracking. If it's hot outside, right, and we go in sunny weather, sunny climates, we can get darker in complexion. I myself, I like what I call turning up my melanin. So I will go in the sun and try to get really dark on purpose, right? Because I like that. It's funny because we have people on the forum that says, oh, them a bleach again. So Flo, you bleach your skin, dog. And your wife a bleach too. John no star, me never know so no a bleacher. And this, we don't bleach. People get darker in summertime, especially if they're out in the sun. I like to go lay out at the beach. Sometimes if I'm not traveling, working, I literally go to the beach about 5 days a week. Because we live near the beach here, right? And I get really dark. And then they look at the winter pictures and they're like, or if I'm traveling and I work long hours in these facilities, you're under fluorescent lights all day in a medical facility. And by the time you come out in the evening, no sun not there and all these things. And then you get pale up, right? So people tend to think, oh, am I bleaching skin? I don't support bleaching. I don't like it. I don't think it's healthy. I've never bleached, and I don't condone. I mean, to each his own. If that's your want to do, that's what you want to do. It's your skin. I'm just telling you that I don't support it. I'm not championing no cause for bleaching. I think melanin is the most beautiful thing in the world, especially, I mean, a brown hue than a darker hue. And we have so the diversity within our colors. You know what I'm saying? And I like to see it. But for some reason, some people don't know that or don't understand that. I guess because them stay one color all year round, they think that everybody stays one color all year round as well. And I'm sure there are a lot of you on here that can attest to the fact that you probably get lighter in the wintertime and darker in the summertime. My wife, she get extremely light, like pale light. Even I have to be like, damn, babe, you need some sun, man. You know what I'm saying? She get like really, really light. And then summertime comes, she go outside, she get brown up and round up and nice and all these things. So, see? Tell them. It's very true. I don't support the bleaching now. We don't do no bleaching over here. So I don't want nobody to talk about we have bleach with skin. Babe said women have to buy different foundation for summer and winter. See, all them things I know, I wouldn't know because me not put on a foundation. And that's for the ladies. Yeah. And that's for the ladies. And see, all those things I wouldn't know unless she said it. I agree. I think bleaching make people look sick because the bleaching doesn't give a normal color. It peels away the melanin and then there's this like pink, reddish looking abnormal color. Funny, we were watching again, me and Brains, we were watching the other night, we were watching Jamaican documentaries. And one of the documentaries we came across was the skin bleaching epidemic in Jamaica. Because we were watching Jamaican documentaries and we ended up there, right? And it was funny to hear. It wasn't really funny. It was more sad to hear and see all these people that were like, yeah, when me bleach, you know, me get white, you know. Me talk about white, me talk about whiter than the white man, you know. Yeah, me come clean and white and pretty. And then here's this black man that is saying, yeah man, the girl them in Jamaica, trust me, they might not say it, but bleach and see. Yo, you get girl till you're full. I'm like, wow. I think that says a lot. Because if me have to bleach my skin for a girl to be attracted to me, me wouldn't want that the kind of woman there. Her mind state is not the kind of mind state that I would want to have any kind of relationship with, let alone mess around and procreate with that level of ignorance. Can you imagine a baby come out and the baby come out brown? She probably start calling your child ugly. Oh, my baby come out black and ugly, so nah, sir. Probably start bleach the baby. And it sounds crazy, but they do. They do. They're bleaching the damn babies. It was funny as hell to watch a dark-skinned couple have a dark-skinned baby, but they thought the baby was going to come out light because both of them had been bleaching and had bleached themselves to light skin. This is the level of ignorance that we're dealing with. This is the level of ignorance we're dealing with. You're dark skinned. The woman dark skin, the man dark skin. Both of them bleach away their melanin. And watch me. I got a video right now. Where's my other phone? I got a video right now, right? The lady, a bleacher, she stand up outside, you know, naked. She live in one of those communities where I guess, you know, a real ghetto something, zinc fence, and she don't mind the neighbor them see her underparts and Lord. And she is bleaching from head to toe. So them rub on this thing from head, literally from head to toe. And she like dark skin and beautiful, you know, one of them dark skin the way she's so dark, the dark skin does glisten. And she sees no beauty in that. And she's like, no, wait till you see me. Give me a cup, give me 2 weeks. I'll wait till you see me 2 weeks from now. White like any white man from foreign. And when me I bleach my whole body, you know. And she bleaching from head to toe. She stand up outside, you know, in our backyard, butt ass naked as the day she born. Bleaching every crack and crevice and everything. And I was like, this is madness. This is real madness. But they claim that this is what the men like. The man them that bleach claim this is what the women like. If you're not bleach, no man know are you. You think I feel turn up. Don't believe me? Bleach and see. You get girl till you're full. That's... even the man was telling the reporter. And mind you, the reporter was already a lighter complexion of black, right? And the man I tell her, say, you can't take like a bleaching, man. Trust me, you see if all, cause he was like, your skin already brown. So if all you bleach now, you know how much man would I run you down? And the lady was like, yeah, but I'm already like a lighter brown and I prefer darker anyway, so I try to stay out in the sun to get darker, you know? And he was like, no, man, lighter the way. You see me? So try rub on someone, you know what I say? You man with a rush, you know? You don't even know. I'm like, oh my God. I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm telling my wife, I said, these the kind of men that women are having babies for, are having children for. These are the kind of women that men are procreating with. And we wonder why our whole system is the way it is. Crazy. Just your mindset alone. Me no want you. And we don't have much to talk about either. I probably can't stand being in close proximities because you're about to let off some ignorant level of ignorance that's gonna like disturb my spirit to the point where I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But just can't stay around it too long. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. There are a lot of people out there that know way more than I do. I'm always open to learning from others. You know, we can all teach each other things. And I never lock myself off from people, even if I think that the person is ignorant. I might stick around for 5 minutes because there's probably something. My grandparents used to say, even a fool can teach you something. So I might stick around for a few minutes to see what this fool can teach me. You know what I'm saying? But I think after 5 minutes though, being around, my spirit starts to get like, okay, I gotta go. I'm gone. Now cut, bye, later. I'm out. Can't be around it for too long. Can't be around it for too long. Can't let it seep into my consciousness. That's the kind of thing me I talk about. But it's crazy to see, man. Bleach all baby get bleach. All the little baby, I see the little baby, the girl said, our hair too, our hair was tough on us. And then they put in, no lie, I saw one baby with one wig. And I that was it. Take the cake. Done. The baby have on one wig. A whole wig on a baby. Lace front cut. Lace front wig on the baby. Yo, hey fellas, I don't know if y'all know it. And ladies, if you're here, oh, my brother, you reach late. Father and Son TV. Big up yourself. Listen, I don't know if y'all know it, but the ladies wig, and I like our granny wig now, you know. Listen, my wife wear wigs sometimes, and I love it. She gets to transition and be somebody else and spice up the thing and all these things. You know what I'm saying? I love it. She still wears her natural hair. She doesn't have a perm. She doesn't have any of that, and she rocks her natural like 90% of the time. My issue is with the women that feel the need to hide their natural 99% of the time. Like some women, they're not going to the grocery store unless the wig and the weave up. Like, no, Sam, I can't make see the little something them start show around there, so me have to, and then brush it straight, put some cream on it, tie it down, hide it. You know what I'm saying? But when I see a baby in a lace front, and the wig them now, I come with like matching skin tone, matching skin tone with all, and them cut a center part or a part over here. So I watch my wife, and them see, and then the way how they catch the wig on the baby head, right? I was like, that straight hair there don't fit that little picnic there. So I'm looking closer, and it's a rotted wig. Why you have a wig on the baby? This baby look like about 2 years old. And their parents are so ashamed of their hair texture that they put a wig. So for anybody out there who's watching right now, you might not be doing it. If you're doing it, stop. If you know some of your mad family members that's doing it, tell them that SoFlo TV is laughing hard because it's sad. I'm not laugh because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's sad. Take it off on the picnic head, okay? Because people are going to be laughing. Ain't nobody laughing at a baby with what you call nappy hair. It's her natural state. We were more laugh after the wig because it looked weird on the baby head, and we're wondering why the hell you put a whole lace front on a baby. Yes, they're bleaching the babies. Facts. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let the kids be kids. But you know that this is the level at which they damage the kids, though. Remember that. Because there are so many Jamaicans, Caribbean people, black people universally. I'm getting to realize it's not just a Jamaican problem. You grow up hearing from the... If you can imagine your mom, this is the woman that gave birth to you, right? And she can look at you and tell us that you're black or ugly. How could you not grow up thinking that black is ugly? Especially when you're hearing that from 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. So and that happens a lot, way more than we think. When I was growing up in Jamaica, I used to hear them call really dark-skinned people all kind of names. They used to make up all kind of names for them. And I always thought, like, yo, that was... But of course, I left young. You know, and I don't know. I never partook in that. I never partook, and I never understood. Yo, if y'all look at some of my other videos and pictures, you'll be like, that youth, yeah. Even my sister is like, man, don't be burning yourself in the sun like you go extra, because, you know, black people do get skin conditions under overexposure as well. But I just like when summertime come, I'm gonna get my fresh haircut and thing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to change up my look, and I shave off my face clean, and I'll go out in the sun. It just changed my whole look, and I like it. It looks healthy. It looks vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, not in my part, you are called Black Beauty here. Shout out to the Rasta them, because it's amongst the Rastas that I used to hear Empress and Princess and Beautiful to dark-skinned females. Me used to hear most of the time, Lord, you know what? Even let's be honest, even growing up in the South in the US, it was the same thing. Because the guys here used to always say they want a red bone, or I don't want no girl that's darker than me. That kind of stuff. And if you look today, even in, say, rap, hip hop culture, what Babe say? Babe get burned. Yeah. I do too much, and then I gotta like, but anyway, even in, if you look in the music culture, you'll see it. So I grew up with the guys here saying the same thing. Like, I don't want no girl that's darker than me. And back then, growing up in Miami, Florida, you wouldn't see mixed couples because they didn't want white people. Like, the guys didn't want white girls and the girls didn't want white men. They wanted black people, but they wanted someone black that was light. And the lighter you were, was the better it was for them. What that has transitioned into now is, if you come to Florida, you, especially in the places where they used to scuff at you on the street. Because I remember, this is how long ago, somebody can't talk. A girl came from England, and I remember walking in Miami with her, and actually a black woman said, she looked at me like this, and she looked the girl up and down. Like, they used to be like that. That's what you feel you need? That's what you feel you need? That's what you feel you need in your life? So they wouldn't let you get away with it. But at the same time, they wouldn't date darker. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. They had no love for dark skin like that. It's only in recent times, and again, if you look into the music videos, rap videos, R&B, hip-hop videos, if you even look at the athletes, because all these people came out of that era. If you look at the athletes, they all make sure they get with white or light. Same thing for the music industry. Same thing for the videos, you know, and that's just the way it is. So I could see where that level of insecurity comes from. When someone doesn't believe that they're beautiful because they've been told their whole life that you ugly. Hey, you ugly because I've even heard them tell black girls like, damn, you pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Like, what? Yeah, you pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Like, all dark skins are ugly and boy, you just stand out because you're pretty for a dark skinned girl. I've heard all those things. I've heard mothers tell their own child, you say you're black or ugly. So if wondering where the bleaching epidemic comes from, it comes from that level of oppression. The closest people to you, the cousins, the aunties, the uncles, the grandmothers, the mothers, the grandfathers, you know what I'm saying? Telling you how your head nappy, telling you how it ugly, like nappy ain't proud, nappy ain't nothing to be proud of. Telling you how your lip them big, they down your whole features and everything. So, I hate that, man. Anyway, people, listen, I'm going to cut this one right here because I'm sure the kids are going to be calling me soon on their way to work, to school. Them not old enough for work yet. 11 and 5. They're going to be FaceTiming any minute. So, listen, you're beautiful, okay? Whatever color you're in, you're beautiful. Know that. All color of black is beautiful. And black is not just dark skin black. I've seen some people trying to push that narrative recently. Oh, with Usain Bolt. At least him get a black woman though. Then somebody said, she black? She don't look black. Next person said, well, him could have get a real black woman. Or him could have get somebody that's darker, that's really black. Like, you can't please anybody. Black is black, okay? So just know, say you are beautiful. Shout out England in the house. Just know that you're beautiful. Don't make nobody tell you different. I keep telling y'all, you have to motivate yourself. You have to be your best lover. You hear me? You have to be your best lover and your biggest motivator. Your biggest cheerleader should be you. That way you don't have to depend on people to tell you that you look good. You know, say you look good. You don't have to depend on anybody to light a fire under you and tell you get up and go. You can do that. Self-motivated and self-loving, it's where it's at. All right? Big up on yourself. It's the weekend. Go out and enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, man. We live in a world where there are a bunch of beautiful world with a bunch of messed up people around us. And some are closer than we think. All right? Bless up on yourself. Stay safe. And remember what I always say. It's okay to be alone. If you think that you're surrounded by people that you have to question if the love is real or if they really care about you, it's okay. Go be alone. Learn to love you. It's cool. Go learn to love you. All right? Have a safe weekend. And I'll catch y'all. I'm going to do some lives this weekend. So look out for the live them as well. All right. Manners and respect to every single person that tuned in again. And of course, extra special big up every time to my working class people, man. You get up and get up and get it in day out. That is to be respected. We're not selling no body parts. We're not degrading ourselves. We're not selling out our souls. We're getting to it. How the elders say it now? Shoulders to the wheel. So bless up on yourself. Big up and be proud. And don't make nobody job shame you. All right? You out there doing an honest living and you're earning and you're not a thief and steal and have to be ducking and hiding. Big up to you. Don't care what the job is. I got to make that clear for some people. All right? I love y'all. Bless up. I'm out. Peace.